During the Industrial Revolution, major advances in science, education, and technology were made possible by the advent of the steam engine and pendulum-powered gears. For the first time in history, the Earth had an abundant supply of energy. Nations prospered, culture flourished, cities grew into independent, powerful commonwealths, all their own. Yet in one city called Necropolis, a group of wealthy politicians have come to power. Calling themselves the League of Sovereigns, these self-styled lords began to impose their will over the people, creating laws of absolute control, brought to bear by a policy of fear and oppression. It was a dark time in the world, one that was ripe for change.
I've never yet met a commoner who could make up his mind, or tie a cravat.
Or his shoelaces.
No, but the people must be made to understand that this is in their best interest. Having a governing body of men in social status ensures stability and security, and it is in the best interest of all to agree.
Gentlemen, I am ashamed at such belligerent contempt. To be told that it is in my best interest to vote for this bill is an outrage to the laws of our forebears.
The laws of our old democracy are as archaic as yourself, Lord Greenfield. I suggest you fall in line while you can.
The laws of the common man should never be considered by the council, Lord Montgomery. The people must have their say.
The people do have their say in the General Caucus.
The General Caucus? They choose their representatives for them. It's a farce of justice.
The appearance of freedom is always a comfort to those who are used to it, Lord Greenfield, even in your case.
I will not be bullied or threatened by backhanded insults. I will vote no to this bill. You can count on it.
A bold stand, my friend. You may just live to regret it.
My mother once said, "A person's life can be ordered and planned to the precise hands of a clock, but only with a strong heart and a clear mind can she stand against the tide that threatens her existence." Now, more than ever, I wish you were here. It seems the tide has overtaken us all. Misery and injustice are everywhere, but we are powerless to stop it.
Yes?
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if you'd like to buy my watch.
I don't usually buy timepieces. I only repair them and sell new ones. Ah. Was it a gift?
It was my mother's.
And these are her initials. E.C.R.
Yes, Elizabeth Constance Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse. And you are?
Stacie Rittenhouse of Pine Grove.
Well, Miss Rittenhouse, it is a lovely piece. One shouldn't dispose of heirlooms without knowing something of their value.
I wouldn't, sir, but finding work has been difficult and one must eat.
True. Well, if it's a job you seek, I might be able to help you. Tell me, have you ever delivered newspapers before?
No, but I'm sure I could learn.
Well, come with me. There was a young man who came to my shop many years ago looking for a wedding present for his bride. He purchased a watch much like yours.
If you're referring to my father, I barely knew him. He left my mother and I when I was just a child. My mother died shortly thereafter, and I never saw him again.
Is that what they told you about him? What a pity. I could tell you so much more about your father. He and I were great friends. We worked together. And we started this paper called The Liberator.
The Liberator? That's the illegal pamphlet of government dissent.
Well, it does call into question some actions by those in power. To bring truth and ideas to a world desperate for both was a dream we both shared. Journalism's noble cause and all that. It was your father's wish that we share these things so that people could gain a better understanding of the world and be able to make informed decisions for themselves.
Tell me, sir, this dream that you speak of, is it worth spreading to everyone at the risk of abandoning your own family, your children?
It was a much more innocent time in those days. When Lord Blackworth came to power with a legion of sovereigns, they feared your father. His ideas of liberty and tolerance and compassion, well, they were considered too radical for the modern age. They had him arrested and killed.
My aunt always told me different. I wish I had known. Up until now, I always thought he was a villain.
Villain? Only to those in power. Oh, I wish you could have heard him speak. I have some of his speeches here, along with a couple of articles that your mother wrote. She was a big advocate for the suffrage movement.
Oh, my word.
Yes. Two more bright and spirited people you'd never meet. And it was my privilege to be able to call them both friends. Miss Rittenhouse, I offer you no illusion. This is a dangerous job. Anyone caught with these papers could be arrested and perhaps sent to the examiner's chair. This is not for the faint of heart.
I must consider it.
Of course. Whether you take the job or not, I want you to know that you're always welcome here, anytime. If you do decide to take the job, meet me here behind the shop tomorrow night after 6. I can go over the route map with you then.
Thank you, sir.
Call me Professor Winkleberry.
Next time on Steampunk Stacie.
Lord Greenfield, you are under arrest.
A ray gun? But why?
Don't you remember what I told you yesterday? The route is dangerous.
Well, 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 aren't you a pretty little thing walking all alone on the road?